Hello, it's Victoria from Coastal Themes, and I am back with a Webflow tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to style text in Webflow. So it's super simple, super easy as always with these Webflow tutorials, and we're going to get right into it. So I've got my site here, which is based on just a template, and you can see here I've got some hero text, I've got some paragraph text, I've even got text on buttons, and I'm going to show you how you can start styling these. We're going to get into classes and kind of the way elements are tagged basically on Webflow later on. I'm not going to talk about this now, but basically on the left hand side here we have our style selectors, and this basically identifies every single type of block on the whole website. And so when you're building a Webflow theme from scratch, these are things you kind of define initially based off your designs if you have designs. So you can see here all the H1 headings are font size 72, the line height's 1.3, and the font weight is 700. So this is all kind of specified, and you can also see which elements on this page and other pages have this style applied. So if you're wondering what these style selectors, and I call them classes, but that's if you're familiar with code. If you're wondering what they do, this is what they do. They just define the style. So it can get really confusing if you come into Webflow for the first time, because you start editing on one page and it automatically applies it on the other. So if you're changing any element with this specific style selector applied, it will change all of them across all the pages. So that's really important to keep in mind. And I'm going to show you how to style just a plain piece of text with no style selector applied. So what you want to do is on your right hand bar here under style, you want to scroll down and you will see the typography section. Here you can choose your font, you can choose your font weight, you can adjust the size in pixels. You can also change it to percentage and view width, view height, anything you want. You can even just type it in if you wanted to, so I could type 80 and that would adjust it here. So it's kind of responsive in that way. Same with the line height, so height equals line height. And you can see there that that just adjusts like so. So I'm going to put it back to 80 pixels. And the line height I'll also make it 80 pixels. And then we have the color. So these might be colors from your site variables. Again, we'll go into this in a later video. Or you can do a custom color and type it in. So that is black, that's the hex code. And that I've set my color. And then we've got align. So we've got left align, center, right align, and then justify. And then finally we have text decor. So we have no styling, we have strike through, we have underline, we have overline. I've never used this one. And then we have some more text decoration settings here. So underline and overline, underline and strike through, overline and strike through, all of them at the same time. And then we have the style. So if we do an underline, you can change the style to be double, dotted, dashed, wavy. And then if I scroll down here, we've got the thickness. So I can make this 2 pixels thick. I can change the color of that. And then skip ink basically says how this underline or overline kind of interacts with ascenders and descenders. So ascenders are things like this line from the D and this bottom bit of the G and things like that. So some fonts will have settings to kind of go around them or skip them. Some won't. And then we have offset of the underline or the overline. So there's a 7 pixel offset now. And then position. And they also just put the help text here as well, so if you're not sure. But these are very like niche things. I've never used any of these. So that's it for decor. And then under text, more type options. There's loads and loads. We've got letter spacing, so that's like your tracking. So you can separate your letters. Here's 2 pixels. You can make it 5 pixels. It gives you a specific kind of effect. Text indent. We've got columns. And then we've got italics, capitalization, and that's specifically helpful for like sentences as well. We've got direction, and then we have word breaking and line breaking. We have wrapping, whether you want to break a word or just wrap anywhere, regardless of whether the word is complete or not. Truncate, which means if there's too much text for a section, does it use an ellipsis or does it just clip the text? And then finally we have stroke, and that just applies a stroke to the text itself. You can also change the color there. And then we have some more things. We have text shadows, and that applies a shadow to the text. So that's pretty self-explanatory. That works the same way as shadows. If you're interested in shadows, you can check out our shadows tutorial. And yeah, that's it. There's a lot of text and typography styling options on Webflow. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I will get back to you. Yeah, happy styling, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.